Thank you everyone for your coming. I'm really grateful that you. I'm new to Lisbon, so I never think there will be a lot of people coming here. So I'm really feel grateful. Thank you all for coming. This talk is about my project in Zaratan. It's a alternative version of my long-term project since in my hometown, China. It's about my living experience with my local residents and kind of a special reportage. The name in I don't know how people from here understand this Portuguese. It's a kind of Portuguese translation. It's in original English. It means lost in tides. In Chinese name, it means 迷失黑潮. It means lost in dark waves, similar to its melancholy and black theme. The concept is about my personal experience in my hometown. I'm sure here everybody come here to have already see the beautiful footage of the tides. It's a very famous river in my hometown, Qiantang River in Hangzhou City. In every year, there was a big waves of tides, and it has become a very beautiful tourist attraction. But actually, all the local people understand it's a kind of place people seeking to kill themselves or suicide. What I'm focus here is only about a lot of school students, especially schoolboy, high school students, committing suicide because of pressure from their family, their parents, their school, their classmates. It's a very common issue, social issue in mainland China, but this kind of information will be censored and silenced in the local media. So what I'm doing here is shedding a light on the social issue and bring wider social awareness to it and incorporating my personal experience living there. So part of the artwork is kind of a documentary, and part of it is kind of a pure fictional imagination. And the artwork includes photography. All these photographies are taken in the same place that the incident happened. And all the local people are very familiar with these scenes. So I just make a river as a linking hub for all the story. And the video installation here is made a very special adaptation to Zaratan's space. I feel it's really a unique set for my artwork. And I even wrote poetry text for a publication. What I do here is a lot of people will come here and ask why this publication will be in different languages. I'll explain later because it's kind of a lot of people in the same story. They come from different parties, but they are not understanding each other. They are expressing their own opinions as if they are in a modern Tower of Babel. They don't understand each other. So basically, a lot of people do not understanding all of the language. But what I see here is not pure the communication meaning of the artwork. Just I want to do is make people aware. Sometimes understanding with each other is impossible in this incident. And as I said, this incident is heavily censored in China's media. For example, even in we have a special microblogging service like Sina Weibo. It's kind of similar to Twitter and X. But if you have input something like somebody's suicide, the keyword sent at real time will be deleted and censored immediately. And what you see is a kind of a black box or even a blank sheet of a message, but the other party will never receive that. So the first part will be the video installation. It's a multi-screen videos project and for TV television. and mixed with the captures of footage of the old archives. And some of the footage are downloaded from the found internet archive, because you see a lot of material and document will be censored and deleted from the local network. But what I do is try to access them via cache or somebody linking to the victim's family, so I can get first-hand information and the data from its document. It's a kind of a non-linear storytelling and alternative poetic narrative about this incident.
可以学，
好医学，
Schwarzsonne
很教育，
boy.
很教育，
I see 好人，
The boy in the black
李浩然，
This boy, whose
我只
face
背
is
已
washed
經
by the
很
Schwarzsonne
积极，
高正類，
and bleached.
調
The
整，
boy, he was
My
never
he.
thinking of the words
下
of
住了，
sacrifice on the
吊
rumors.
頂，
The boy whose name was deleted from
下數量，
blanks
放
the
手啊，
A boy whose name was
故
deleted
意
from
Hallelujah.
the symbolising by God.
動
A
小
boy
康，
stepping into the dark ways and
行
never
中
returned.
醫，
A boy once applied on the family.
環境
Now only applied
綠
to
當當，
in the cold tombs.
下了家，
高而藍，
A boy
個
whom
杆
I
子
want
而家
to whom I want to carve into
還
the
之
depth of
前，
嚟自請，
nameless face.
下隻字，
Zaratan dance,
下
Vasa
了
唔假量，
The dirty face of the boy,
多之請，
正正面，
weeds whisper,
定
windows
遠遠，
scream.
個雨
I
井，
cannot hear clearly. Is it
Ah,
the
lehi.
voice of the people or weeping of
Oh,
the
定
dead?
語態，
The dams will cross
Oh,
his
you-
armor
定順面，
will never become
Then you
crimson scars on the limbs.
個主
The
頂，
signs in the glass will never be the complaints of
雨
the
向
井
議
elders.
會，
A boy, he who was lucky guy
Then
of
好
the
遠通，
yet posthumous boy
Oh, the
of
king.
sad.
個已經，
A boy whose name
Yeah.
was deleted again and again.
請
Till
小
one
請，
paper
教
become
育，
a blackboard. A
何
boy
慶
whose
慶，
visage is the visages of tens of
Then
thousands of
you-
boys by God.
定近雨，
A boy
唔
who
成
sank
軒
into，the dark
你
waves
真面
and never returned. A boy
孤連連，
once supplied his parents.
何祖面，
Now only a lonely black and white photo
Tua
hangs
Anji.
on the wall. A boy whose
Then you-
path
then
ends
you all-
abruptly into a vast landscape.
Yeah,
掉疏疏，
A boy
How
whom I
about you?
want to remember, whose blurred face
Then
I
what's
want
that?
to paint into my video.
養瑤瑤，
I see the
定
boy
遠遠，
waiting, waving to be
正
dead.
會講，
定近
Whose
住，
feel of patience
個很冷，
黑潮，男孩。我看见走入黑色浪潮的男孩。这个男孩，他的面庞被黑水冲刷，依然白净。一个男孩，他从不是言语的受害者，却是流言之牺牲。一个男孩，他的姓名从名单中被删除，只留下一个空白。一个男孩，他的名字是千千万万不同逝去男孩的名字。一个男孩，踏入黑浪，永绝不回。一个男孩曾是一个家庭的骄傲，如今只是一批竖立着冰冷冷墓碑的黄土。一个男孩，他的永恒之路，仅仅只是一个失去的树木字。一个男孩，我想要纪念他，我想把他无名之脸刻入记忆深处。水草萋萋，水波连连。男孩模糊不清的面颊还在其间载沉载浮。芦苇沙沙，杨柳依依，听不清是众人聚合的低语，还是亲友轻轻的呜咽。成绩单上密密麻麻的红叉叉， 再也不会变成你四肢上的道道疤痕，你在课堂上的沉默，也永会成为他人口中的怨怼。一个男孩，他是友谊的幸运儿，却更是悲伤的遗父子。一个男孩，他的姓名被一遍遍的删除，直到白纸变成黑白。一个男孩，他的面容是千千万万不同远去男孩的面容。一个男孩，踏入黑浪，永绝不悔。一个男孩曾是父亲母亲的骄傲，如今只是一张孤零零挂在墙面的黑白照片。一个男孩，他的人生之路戛然而止，终于一片茫茫大雪。一个男孩，我想要纪念他，我想把他模糊之脸清晰画入我的影像。我看见潮水中的男孩轻轻向我招手，他青烟般的五官对我发出解脱而善意的微笑。男孩，男孩，希望你轻松上路。黄泉道上没有考试，没有训斥，没有嘲笑，没有辱骂，更没有鞭打，没有刺骨绝望。男孩，男孩，我希望你的诀别不再出现，没有人可以再伤害你。男孩，男孩。
So basically, it's the main theme of the audio video for exploring in project. All the other four TV set is kind of a mixing of the montage from the photography, black and white photography in the same area. And I know a lot of people will not understand what is saying in the audio track, but I think it's kind of what I mean to do, because it's a kind of a layered audio in different tracks. For example, I think here there will be 5 different channels of audio. And the installation we made, all the people come here to immerse into the field of the image and the audio file. And the victim names were, I get the victim name it's a kind of a very sensitive information, because in China, a lot of people will think if you have a relative or family member committed suicide, in our cultural and culture's background, you will be regarded, your family will be, it's a shame for your family. So I have to omit one of the names into other, because there is a lot of similar words in Chinese language. And I even have extra protection for people to recite in local dialects. So then I will be translating the main poetry, the boy, Schwarzsonne boy, into different languages. So I recite in all these 4 TVs will be in different languages, for example, French, German, and even Portuguese. What I want to do is kind of bring in kind of awe and kind of a funeral, just like East Asian music, incorporating them into the East Asian music. What you have heard in the last part of the video is a very beautiful Zen minimalism by a famous Japanese composer. And what I want to do is make people come into this field, immersing into the kind of a Buddhist mantra. I'm not sure how many of you have ever know about Buddhism, but in China or even East Asia, when you have a funeral, a lot of people will usually will invite the monks come here to sing the mantra for their deceased one. So it's kind of a imitation to this kind of idea. So I have made some independent tracks so you can get a basic idea how you will like.
How easy.
So it's a name list, first track. Second track.
unveils,
背已經
如豪冷，
黑潮，
The
南
poetry.
已經
我看见走入黑色浪潮的男孩。
Bash,
这个男孩，他的面庞被黑水冲刷，依然白净。一个男孩，他从不是
French.
言语的受害者，
not sein Leider.
却是流言之牺牲。一个男孩，他的姓名从名单中被删除。
And I'm sure you have seen all the photography in the corridor, but because of the limitation of the exhibition place, I cannot put all these photography in the same place. But actually, initially, it was a kind of a triptych. It depicting the three key stages of the suicide incident. The first one on the right, in Chinese, in our East Asian culture, we always read from right to left. So in kind of a triptych will be first, second, and third. So the first one is a kind of a very, the boy was last seen when he was, before he committing suicide. The second one is a very famous place. A lot of people come here to step into the water, into the tides. So every year, there were a lot of people coming here to memorizing their friends, relatives. They are using, for example, burning and fake cash or even some ceremonies in that spot. And the third one, after the tides, everything seems so tranquil, so quiet, so beautiful. But you never imagine how fierce it would be compared to the first footage in the tides in the first video. So this paper and photography was printed on the matte paper. Initially was printed on a hand-built bamboo paper, but it's not available in Lisbon, so I just using a similar one. And a lot of other special print process was done in my college. And I even incorporated, for example, this kind of photography. It's a kind of all these Schwarz plants, it means in German means black plants, all shot in the same area. So what you will see here is kind of all the images are linking to the same area beside the river. And the last one is the publication. I'm sure a lot of people come here, you understand what is the mean in the newspaper. 前通标准日报 means 前通 standard. What I'm doing is imitating some kind of newspaper before 1949 in mainland China. Because at the time, a lot of we have a free press, free speech. People can freely, if you want to make a publication, it's very easy. But now, if you want to make a publication, you have to go very complicated procedure from the authority. And basically, if I put this in China, it'll be illegal and will be banned forever. So what you see here is a kind of simple reportage. This newspaper was released on a never existing date on February 31. Everybody knows it's an impossible date in the human history. Every February does not have a 30th or even 31st. And all of the texts are based on my personal intimate interview with the victim's family. It's very difficult procedure and process. You know, it's a kind of people intend not to talk about this kind of incident. They think it's a shame and they will be made them very sad and sorrowful. But I made my best effort through my agents in China to get a local connection with all these victims' family. And what I would do in the newspaper, because I use in different languages, I think I discovered every party in this incident, they just say the same thing in their own point of view. They do not even understand each other. For example, the mother will say, "Oh, I'm sad. The boy committed suicide. If only I had never forced him to study so hardly." And the classmate was said, "Oh, what the boy was interested in is really nothing. He's interested in art, in literature, but there's nothing to do with the examination." In China, a lot of people were forced to, the schoolboy to go to national examination for a better future. you dare not do something else. If you do something not related to education or examination, you say it's you're idiot. It's waste of time. Yeah. I know a lot of you come to China understand that. Yeah. 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 It's I when I explain this to my classmates, to my other audience, a lot of people will be astonished and shocked. They don't even realize there's something happened to those schoolboys in such a hard condition. And about the school or the headmaster, they just always stand in the political correctness. They say, oh, we are doing what the authority tells us. We do whatever, we try our best to protect the student, but actually the student committed suicide. They have nothing to do with them. So what I want to do is that using different language to imitating the kind of Tower of Babel. So everybody, I think everybody here understand if you want to build the mythology of the Tower of Babel, you do not understand each other and people misunderstanding or even there's no understanding. So what you see here is kind of a original version, but it's before printing. And here, I cannot, originally I printed on the newsprint. It's kind of a special paper that imitating the newspaper, but in Lisbon, I cannot find its counterpart. So it's I have to compromise using different paper, but the basic idea is similar. So what you see here, for example, on the in the middle, this part is about the headmaster, and then on the right page, it's the poetry of the boy. I just and even on the back side here, this part is a kind of a citation from his diary, but already totally imagination. So it's kind of a pseudo-reported, pseudo-fiction. And I think here a lot of people, if you want to, there was a risograph here. I'm not sure if Zaratan was already put them on display, but you can find them if you look around. Okay, thank you. So do you have any questions? I'm open to all discussion.
So did you grow up like this situation?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I go through a hard year in China. Yeah, it's a kind of a.
I feel like, oh, it's true like you're talking about.
Yeah. Because I am living in Hangzhou for many years, and I regard Hangzhou as my second hometown. So basically, I know what happened in China, and even now, it's very serious condition. If you search for Twitter or X.com, you can see a lot of kind of a similar incident in Chinese-speaking Twitter. Yeah. For example, I'm not sure how many of you know about a famous account. Li Laoshi is not your teacher Li. Teacher Li is not your teacher Li. You just search the Twitter. It's very famous for a kind of censored news in mainland China. So basically, it's a kind of mixing with my personal experience and what I've seen or witnessed in my hometown.
Like everything that beside of you, like is you study. That's like from your parents, from my parents. It's just like you just muck around. You're wasting of your time.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is what happened to me. So that's So I like sports. I like doing I play football. I play basketball. Every time I do these, it's just.
A waste of time. Yeah, waste of time. Yeah.
But I think I'm mentally a little bit stronger than this Shane boy. Like when I listened to it, I was really sad. I can understand.
Yeah.
The girls are talking little boy, and really sad. So there's a moment I really want to get out from this place. I want to work out.
So that's why you immigrate to New Zealand?
No, I didn't immigrate. I still live in China.
Yeah, I understand that. So how do you made for example, how do you escape from this kind of a similar situation?
I have to talk to myself, right? Okay, it doesn't matter. My parents are important, but I have to leave them on my own for the future of my life, right? They are important, but if I only listen to them, and I'll be suicide for sure. Yeah. There's too much pressure. There's lots of pressure.
everywhere. You have nowhere to run, nowhere to
No,
escape.
no,
Yeah,
no,
nowhere
I
to
tried.
run. Yeah, I
I
try.
tried. I
Yeah,
tried
yeah.
to walk away from the
Mhm,
house.
mhm.
Only one night I will walk back.
Mhm.
It was too cold at night.
Yeah,
Yeah, I tried. One time.
great. It's really you're really lucky that you grown up and you fight back.
Yeah,
You
never
find your
think about
own way
something
out.
Crazy. I'm sorry. Yeah, never think about crazy to kill myself, but I try to hurt myself. Yeah, but not that much. I didn't cut my wrists and stuff. Yeah, but somehow it's getting closer to that point.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I have to be strong for myself. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean, yes. I'm sure there's so many families that
Mhm.
they are not like that.
Mhm,
Most
mhm.
of them, maybe.
Maybe
Yeah,
90%.
but
I
don't grow
think.
up like that. So that's what I can say. I can
Thank-
share with others, with friends.
Mhm,
Yeah. Also, I told her about it a little bit. You know,
mhm.
the teachers in the school from my primary school and when I grow up. Yeah, it's not a good memory. Before I
Yeah.
attended my high school. Yeah.
Sometimes we all call ourselves survivors. Yeah.
But it's kind of meditation. I think sometimes. Excuse me, I'm from China.
Mhm.
I know that actually the suicide is, I think it's happen in China very
Frequently.
in
Mhm.
different cities.
Mhm.
I'm in Dali. Dali, there is a river also. There's a bridge. Every day or every week, there are people drop from the bridge.
Mhm,
They
mhm.
suicide themselves.
Mhm.
So it's but we cannot read this from the media.
Mhm, mhm.
We just
Never heard.
Censored. Yeah. Mhm.
It's very sensitive. I think the first point of your investigation is not easy for you. If you did this in Hangzhou.
Yeah.
It is very difficult.
Mhm.
And I know this
Qiantang River. Uh-huh.
river tide that is famous.
Mhm.
And I think every year there should be people to suicide.
Mhm. Mhm.
But maybe recently there's more people suicide.
Yeah. Mhm.
And the young generation.
Mhm.
But I saw the place. The photography show this place, and this place is just for boy or for the young generation to suicide there, or the even adult or even different people suicide there.
It's about this place is about every people. Most of people come to not only the only spot, but a lot of people because we know that every year in Qingming Festival, everybody. It's a kind of a very special festival in Chinese lunar calendar. People come to their deceased one tomb, implanted tomb, to memorizing or take some ritual ceremony. So what do you see here in this? I know what you mean. This one in the middle. What I'm gonna do is taking a picture on the upside, but on the downside there was a lot of examples of ash. Yeah, a lot of the remnants of the ritual ceremonies in there every year in Qingming during Qingming Festival. So I think it's
So the more and more people suicide.
Yeah.
I think maybe this year or last year.
Because of the economic decline, the social pressure, people feel hopeless, despair, or even they don't think they have a future. Yeah.
This is we cannot get from media, but
Mhm,
it is
mhm.
really happening
Mhm.
there in China.
Mhm.
It's very serious.
Yeah.
Thank you for this information. Actually, I did not know Qiantang Tide. There are so many people suicide there. We cannot get it.
Neither do I. I mean, like, never thought about it. It's like Qiantang Big Tides. This one of the scenic scene.
Mhm.
Like once a year happen, right? Once a year, like the big tide.
Yeah, every year in summer. Yeah, July, August.
So, because I'm really into sports. Even now, they have like a Red Bull surfers.
Mhm,
Yeah, they have a
mhm,
contest in Qiantang River. Yeah, but people only see in this side. You know, they will never think about people suicide.
mhm.
Yeah, never thought about it. Yeah, people suicide.
We just know that this water is Chinese understand that the water is a fortune.
Mhm.
So they like to have some water on their
On their body, onto their
on
body.
to
Mhm.
make them wet, and means, the fortune will come to
or blessing
Yeah,
them.
This is, we can see this from media. We don't know so many people are really suicide.
Yeah, the dark side of the tides.
That is people really pay attention.
Thank you for the very sensitive presentation and the touching of the topic. As a yes, it's super curious for me that this information is somehow an open secret, and I wonder what it's like for the people in the area to live with this open secret, that they all know that there is this location where people come and commemorate the people that they've lost, but then it's not really on anybody's lips, and it's a very it's really a silencing chamber almost.
Actually, it's not on totally silence. For example, people will gossip. For example, if you have a family member or your son, even your son, your daughter committed suicide, your family member will pretend nothing happened, nothing serious happened. But you may, during the ceremony, for example, Qingmian festival, they will come early in the morning and left, so nobody will notice them. But behind you, everybody will talk, hey, it's a coward. Oh, this boy is a coward. They will not show sympathy. Because in Chinese culture, if you are committing suicide, if you think you are a coward, you're not a fighter, or you're not suffer from something that is unbearable or intolerable. You just think you are not a fighter. You should fight against this. Even you are becoming something like a walking mummy, but you have to. So it's not totally silence. But if this misfortune does not happen to their family, they pretend nothing. They pretend nothing happened. So just a reality. So what I want to do is bring wider or social awareness of this incident and made people outside of the local region understand that. I know now it's a kind of a common incident in China. Every day, even every day. I'm not sure how many of them, but we can get news that a lot of schoolboy committing suicide. They not just only go to the river. It's in this region, but they will jump off from a high building. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, but it's actually when I'm doing this, I feel so sad. Yeah, because I live in their experience. I in harmony with how their sorrow, how their feeling, emotion will generate in these kind of incidents. So what I want to do is show sympathy and support them, even in kind of a artistic way. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Yeah, I never imagined a lot of people coming here, and because I have no friends or acquaintance in Lisbon, and it's really a kind of a surprising. Yeah, a lot of my people from my country, my homeland. So I really feel grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Can I take a picture so we?